Hello dear students, this is part 2 from video 8. I shall go through the exercises 9.1 because there were some questions from some students about the problems. So we have here the rules. I concentrated the rules in this way. I did write them in video 8, but I made it like this. Maybe it looks easier for you. So the rules are: 1. Multiplication sign. When you see a multiplication sign in an equation, just take it out. So it looks like 2m, not 2 multiplied by m, 2m. Rule number 2, number then letter. In any equation, the number comes before the letter. The third rule, plus before minus. This is the most influential rule here, the most powerful rule. Minus and plus. When you see an equation, minus and plus, immediately change plus then minus. Always the plus comes before the minus. Here also, this has to do with term with the rule 4, term with letters. Any term with the letter comes first and then comes the number. But in this case, when the term with the letter here, 2x, have a minus, nevertheless it comes in second place. Why? Because it have a minus sign. So it is always the first one is plus and the second one is minus. But in a normal case, no. When such a normal case, all of them positive, always the first term with the letter comes first, then the number comes after that. Then this equation is how you write them in alphabetical correct order. 2b plus 3a is not correct, have to be 3a plus 2b. A come first, then b, because the letter b come after the letter a. In this case, no. When you have such a case, you have to think always and immediately about plus minus. Where is minus? Comes in the second place. In spite of that, a is the first letter, but it comes in second place because it have minus. And the first place, it have to be always positive. Okay? Now look at to this question here. Number 1. 4 plus m equal m plus 4. Why? Because the term with the letter comes first, then the number comes after that. This is the rule number 4. Terms with letter before numbers. This is the rule number 4. By I, it is like that. You start to solve it first. Come to the rules. Go through the rules from 1 to 5. Okay, do you have multiplication? Yes, I have multiplication. Take it out. It's going to be P2. But the number have to be before the letter, so it's going to be 2P. Okay, why you put now 2p in second place? Why not in the first place? And why you change m6 to 6m? Because the number before the letter. Okay, why 2p comes in second place? Because the m, the letter m, is before the letter p. Look, this is the letter m and letter p. So it's also, here are 3 rules involved in this equation. 3 rules. Here you have minus plus. Immediately when you see minus plus, immediately put the plus first and then the minus. Plus first and then the minus. This is rule number 3. Now in this equation you have minus plus, put the plus first then the minus. But as you see in the second term we have QP and it have to be PQ, not QP. Why? Because as you see in the alphabetical order, P is before Q. So 2 rules are used here in this equation. Here we have minus minus, so the alphabetical order plays a certain role. You have to put the AB first, then the XY. You change YX to XY because X is before Y, and BA to AB because A is before B, and then minus minus. You put these terms, this one first because AB is the 2 letters AB are before the 2 letters XY. So we see here the relationships. This one was term 4, and the second equation was rule 1, 2, 5, and the third equation was rule 3, and the fourth equation was rule 3 and 5, and L is rule 5. In this question number 2, you have boxes. You have to match the boxes, each one to the similar ones, but you cannot find the similar ones only when you solve it according to the rules. Look at that now. We have this one here, 2n plus, you have multiplication. Take the multiplication out, take the multiplication sign out. It's going to be 2n, and then m2, it have to be 2m, not m2, because the number have to come in front of the letter. So it's going to be 2m plus 2n. What's wrong here now? What's wrong here? Nothing is wrong. Why? Because m is in the correct order. Why I put m here and n here? Because it have to be first m and then n, because the alphabetical order m comes before n. So do I have something that matches this? Yes, this one. So I have only to draw a line. Okay, now we come to this one. The same thing. N2 have to be 2n, not n2, 2n, and the letter with the number, the term that is a combination of a letter and the number, comes in the first place, then comes the number, and then you look for something that look like this, and then you will find it, then you draw only a line. So what about this one? This one also, you have a multiplication sign. Take it out, gonna be n2, but it have to be 2n because the number comes first, then the letter, and plus 2 comes down. So this have two matching. This one and this one. You have 2n plus 2 and 2n plus 2 in two places. So you draw a line from this box to this one, and so on. So you have to first to simplify the expression, write it in the according to the correct rules. Write it according to the correct rules before you find the matching box. You have to write them in the correct rules before you find the matching box. So please try again to do the other boxes. Now question number 3a, I took this example, 6x plus 4x plus 3x equal 13x. We have three terms. Three terms are the same. We have x, 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 so we can add them just very normally. 6x plus 4x plus 3x equal 13x. Just like when you say 6 apples plus 4 apples plus 3 apples equal 13 apples. But if you put here x, x, and y, you cannot do that. You shall leave them. You only add the x's together and you leave the y. For example, this one, 6x plus 4x minus 3x. Again, 6x plus 4x, 10x. 10x minus 3x, 7x. What about this one? 6x plus 4x minus 3y. We have a term here, x. It looks like this term, but y, it doesn't look like the same. So this term, I leave it alone. I don't play with it. I only calculate this one, 6x plus 4x, which will give me 10x minus 3y. You don't play with the others, okay? Now the fourth one, 6x plus 3y minus 2a. All the terms are not equal. This is x, this is y, and this is a. You can do nothing. It have nothing to do with addition or subtraction. Because the terms are not equal, you can nothing do. You leave it like that. You do nothing, okay? For this one, 6x, you have no multiplication by, I gave this extra to compare between them. Only when it is 6x multiplied by 3y times 2a, then you say 6 times 3, 18, times 2, 36, and then you multiply all these terms, x times y times a, x times y in the correct alphabetical order. You can do that only when it's multiplication, but we don't have multiplications. We have only plus and minus. For this example, 6x plus 2a minus a equals 6s plus a is the same situation. Where is the letter, the alike terms? This one, a and a, they are alike. So I calculate these, 2a minus a is a, and 6x stay as it is. This one, 2b minus b plus 3a multiplied by 4. So we know multiplication comes before addition and subtraction. You multiply this one, it's going to be 12a. Then you have b, term b and a alone. So leave a alone, don't play with it, only calculate b. 2b minus b is b. So 12a plus b. Why? Because a letter with combination with a number come first and then the letter. Minus 3x minus 2y minus 4x equal minus 7x minus 2y. It is the same situation. We have x, you calculate x with x and you leave y. Minus 3x minus 4x is minus 7x minus 2y. You don't play with minus 2y. Why? We don't calculate it because x and y are not the same terms. And this one also the same. Thank you for your visit.